Hello friends, Scott here, and today we're going to talk about the doors of a container. And so what we're looking at here is one of the containers in a container shop that we built. So we have three containers, two 40-foots and a 20-foot that we've made a shop out of. And I'll show you the shop probably in the next video or something like that. But what I want to talk about now are the doors. Not all container doors are created equal. Now this right here, this is what's called a single lever opening with a lockbox. Now this is about the best of what you can get in a container door. So the first thing I want to show you is this lockbox. If you notice this, they make a lock specifically for this type of a container, and there's no place that you can attack this lock with a bolt cutter. And in fact, this lockbox here, the thickness of this lockbox is thicker than the container door itself and the container sides itself. So what that means to you is that it's easier to cut through the wall of the container than it is to go through the lockbox. So, and they also have this other little guard up here. See this guard right here? And that prevents certain prying and ways that people would get into the container. The single lever is, you'll see that there's just one. Now it won't open because of course I have it locked, but that's all you have to do is pull on that one lever. And now not all containers have that. I'm going to show you some other containers here in the next minute. Now if you look at the left hand side, see there's two handles there. And that's much more difficult. First of all, it almost kind of takes two hands, whereas this one can be done with one hand. You just throw your shoulder into the door, get it kind of closed, push it closed with one hand, and your other hand is free to do with whatever you need. Whereas on these containers, these doors right here, that's kind of a two-handed operation, and could be a big deal depending on what you're doing. Okay, we're going to go look at the next door. This is the next level down. See, that's two double handles on each door and a lockbox. So this is the next level down. Now, when you go to buy a container, you're buying used containers, but you want to ask this question. You want to ask, what are the door handles? Try to get a picture of it, because this door handle here, these are much more difficult to use. And when I have to go through this door here on a regular basis, well, I really wish it was a single handle. Not that I had the chance at the time, but if I did have the chance when I bought the container, then that would make a huge difference. So, okay, so that's number two, the second type of a door handle. Now we're going to go look at another container. Okay, now this is door level 3. Now see, this is two double handles, and there's no lockbox. See, they give you this. There's nothing security about that. I don't know why that's even there. But the lock itself is right here. Now I'll tell you, I shipped containers overseas, and these containers. And when this container arrived, that lock had been cut, and the container had been gone through, and there was no lock on the container when it arrived. Whereas when we look at the other container, the one I just showed you, the two that have the lock boxes, they made it through the whole system just fine. So. Okay, so that's the first thing. When you go to buy a container, you want to ask about and see if you can find specifically what type of door locks that they have, and if you can, consider a single door lock option.